So there's your field. The Charger main, followed by our quadrant of celebrities racing tonight. And we're off and running. George Camp says, let's do it under the green. And Eric Simonson tries to power that number 97 machine into the lead up in turn one. Had the job done, then lost it back to David Henken. Henken still has the lead coming out of turn two. Simonson giving him a good chase from the outside. And Bob Pennington, your season points leader so far in that number 15 machine, trying to cut him down on the inside. Right now they're running Henken and Pennington. Bob Pennington up into second place. Simonson off of that early lead has fallen way back now, but still in third place. A distant margin between he and second place. We've got a Mirai in turn four in the center of that dust storm. But the yellow is put out and on early enough by George Camp to get the field slowed down and in time. So David Henken and Bob Pennington in that order, followed by Eric Simonson when we return to racing. One lap in the book. One lap down.
20 laps?
Of 20. 19 to go. 19 laps away from your celebrity race tonight. And then we invite you to join with us on our Victory Lane celebration and also traipse with us into the pit field. Meet them up close and personal. Find out what makes them tick. Find out also how cooperative these folks will be in helping you develop your own Charger. If that's your option for entry level into the sport of motor racing, I don't think there's a one of them who won't open his arms and his wallet, tell you all about the spare parts necessary, and help you design and build your own machine in any of these racing categories. They're all that way, and I think long before this season is over, we're going to find a lot of new blood coming out of the business community in our town with the realization that Dave and Linda Manus have won what they have put together here at Raven Raceway. And I think you're going to see new faces and new blood by season's end getting heavily involved in the sport of automobile racing. Think of the fun we'll have then. Even more fun than we're having now. Henken, Pennington, and Simonson, followed by John Vanhorn. One lap down and 19 to go. Then we'll treat you to a 10-lap celebrity race. Pairing off the pair from KRQ against the pair from KCEE, the winner of which will come back and try to defend that 6-foot-tall traveling trophy next week against another pair of on-air types from KTKT and KLPX, Chris Hayes and Bobby Rivers, respectively. I smell green. Let's see if we don't do it. Would it be nice if we could get 19 fast and furious clean laps in on this one? Saturday's long gone by 10 minutes. Camp says let's do it. And here's hoping we can. David Henken bolts into the lead by turn one, followed by Bob Pennington. But Pennington looks like, and yes, he does. He nips him off on the inside, takes the lead in the early on down the backstretch and hangs on to it into and out of turn three. So far, we are green and clean, and that's a nice feeling as Pennington takes over the lead from David Henken and leads him into turn 1 on this lap. And suddenly 69's in trouble up there, and Henken washes out high in turn 2, winding up low in turn 2, up against the infield lip. Flat tire there for Bill Harless. Harless heads off to the pit field.
How many cars, Jerry, was under that yellow bunch? We're going to have to go back to lap 1, and that means we'll have to change our leaders.
So we did not get a complete lap in before we went to yellow again. We will go back to lap 1 for the resumption. And that would put number 69, David Henken, in good spot, except he's got a couple of flat tires. So he's got no option but to head off for help. That'll leave Bob Pennington sitting real pretty up there for the restart of this one.
Jerry, I only said yes because as far as the top.
John Vanhorn, who had battled his way up to 4th place, is now back in 6th place. Gordon Sams has been putting some good moves on, and we've got green again. Eric Simonson in 2nd place behind Bob Pennington and trying to close it up. Let's see if he can get the job done. Colin Germain in car number 7 in not bad shape here in the early on of this one. Just the 2nd lap of a 20-lap main event. No change in the top 2. John Vanhorn is now running in 3rd place. And Kirk Hall has battled his way up into the top 5 now, too. Vanhorn in that number 1 machine in 3rd place, leading Kirk Hall in number 17 down the backstretch. Pennington, your leader. Simonson there in 2nd place. Vanhorn, followed by Kirk Hall, and then Colin Germain in the number 7 machine. So those are your top 5 as of the moment. George Camp trying to keep that yellow from having to fly. He's got it ready and has to use it. We're under yellow once again. Three laps now are officially in the book. 3 laps down and 17 to go. In the Dust Bowl. What a night. Trying to figure out just how much of this, how much of that. There will be nightmares after this one. Especially at George Camp's house and Bob McKinley's and Tony Barrow. As they try to keep this one all sorted out. It's been next to impossible to do tonight. On behalf of Dave and Linda Manus, we thank you all for coming out, participating with us in tonight's racing program. Hope to see you a lot across the course of the campaign here in '87. Always good to have these full houses too. Used to really enjoy them before we came racing this year in our Saturday night poker parties, and enjoy these just as much, even on these windy and dust blown nights like tonight where all is not easy. But it makes for a nice long evening of racing. Bob Pennington, your points leader so far for the NASCAR Chargers out here this year. Doing it in the lead, John Vanhorn, just a couple of positions behind him. Colin Germain up there within the top 10 as well. I'll tell you, an interesting car toward the back of the field to keep an eye on would be that number 77 machine of Lucky Larry Davis. He can close it up. has done a great job of doing it, at any rate, over past weeks. Doubt there's going to be any change in that attitude tonight, setting a nice slow pace right now. They are properly aligned. Lucky Larry has got 3, 6, 9 cars in front of him. And we've got green again. We're off and running. And Bob Pennington. Pennington in the lead and opening it up. Trying to stave off Henken. And a 3-car race developing now between those 3 for the 3rd place. There goes Lucky Larry biting off some more and trying to make his way to the front of the pack. But the lead 2 are pulling away from the rest of the field right now. Bob Pennington in car number 15 in the lead. Got one squirrely up in turn 4. Can he get out of there without any damage to that Feder machine? Yes, he does. And it's not a Feder machine at all. Let's see if he can get it down now off of that outside 4th turn wall and get her back into the fray. He's a little afraid to back it up too far for fear of getting clipped. Now he seems to have her out of trouble. And looks as if he can get her back to racing, and so he preserves us another yellow. And here comes your leader, Bob Pennington, in car number 15, your points leader and your race leader. Hanging on as we get into the latter stages now of this one, finally. A 20-lap NASCAR Charger main event for you on a Saturday night, Sunday morning at Raven Raceway. Pennington hanging on to his lead and trying to open it up now. And looks like he's getting the job done. Apparently he's got everything tweaked and tuned up just fine on that machine. And George Camp on this passage of Bob Pennington has to go to yellow once again because we've got too many to awry at 2 different spots, 2 different locations on this track right now. One up in turn 1, one low in turn 4. Back to yellow. Eight laps are gone from this one. That'll leave 12.
Yeah, but you only brought the yellow out once.
He only brought the yellow out.
So Pennington will do it from one of his favorite spots up front. Wayne Embry has done a lot of charging in this one tonight too. In the Sheila Embry-owned machine, number 57. He's up in the thick of it all now. But I don't know who out there is going to catch Bob Pennington. The green flag is in George Camp's hand. You know they want to get it in just as much as you do. And they've got green. With Embry in second place in that 57 machine, just ahead of Colin Germain in number 7, and Germain dives it to the inside and pulls it out. He, in fact, takes over second place from Embry, who now completely loses it back there in turn 2. But he's still under his own power, and that may save us another yellow spot. Here comes Pennington in 15, running away with it now. Colin Germain in car number 7 in second place. And 17, the machine of Kirk Hall, currently running third. So Wayne Embry doesn't take long to fall out of second place down that ladder of succession. as a result of his spin out in the far stretches of turn 2. Lap 10 upon us, but we do yellow one more time, wouldn't you know it. 10 laps down, 10 laps left. 9 laps down, 11 laps left. Did not get a full one in on the restart, so we're right back to ground zero. 9 laps down, 11 laps remaining for these guys. Our celebrities are being fitted in their helmets and fire suits right now, and fitted up in 4 of our NASCAR Charger machines. One more lap here before we get back to racing, at least. We'll bring the celebs out as rapidly as we can after this one. At least get the racing portion of tonight's program out of the way for you. Then Dave Maness with all tonight's winners in Victory Lane for a brief Victoria celebration down there. You are invited to stay and go right down on the track amongst them and into the pit field as well. So you've stayed this long, you may as well stay a little bit longer. Bob Pennington up top. Colin Germain right behind him. Then Kirk Hall. Well, George Camp, don't look up here for help. We will have a brief Victory Lane celebration right after this Charger race. And I can promise you it'll be brief. And then we'll wheel the celebrities out here. And then you folks can go to the track and or the pit field. Bob Pennington in the lead, followed by Colin Germain. That's how they're running right now, with the 2-car battle currently for 3rd place between turns 1 and 2. Vanhorn, Kirk Hall trying to come away the best they can and hopefully cut down the margin of lead that man right there has got off the top. Bob Pennington, your points leader this year. Colin Germain trying to close up the gap, not succeeding, and Kirk Hall in car number 17 running in 3rd place currently. Then the rest of the parade, and a pretty good cluster of them back there too, but far, far behind that man. Pennington, Germain in 2nd, Kirk Hall in 3rd place. Those guys all by themselves. John Vanhorn is now in 4th place. Butch McCleskey in number 36 closing it up pretty well too. Lap number 12 unfolding right now, and there are your 2 top cars in it, Pennington and Germain, followed by Hall, then Vanhorn and Eric Simonson. At one point in this race in the lead, has now fallen off to 5th place. So Pennington seemingly in command. Plenty of traffic grouped up coming out of turn 4, but they all survive it, and we stay lean and clean into lap number 14, leaving us 6 laps to go. Pennington continues to run away with it now and opening up the lead that he's already had and enjoyed for quite a while this evening on Colin Germain. Germain in second place, and then a big gap between he and Kirk Hall with that number 17 machine in third place. Here comes points leader Pennington, followed by Germain, hitting some of the rough stuff out there. And then a big gap to the rest of the pack. Still Hall, and now Simonson has moved his way up to fourth place as Embry falls further and further back after being in pretty good stead in the early on. Harless taking number 62 into the pit fields for a little help, and we've got one squirrely in turn one. He should be in good position to get her back underway, and looks like he does get it done in time to save the yellow. So we continue to tick them off. Lap number 17 going by right now, so we are smelling the roses of this one. And one of them getting out of the way as the white flag comes out, indicating one lap to go. Pennington takes it, so does Colin Germain. They are running 1-2. And likely that's how they're going to wrap it up to the checkered flag as the white falls for the rest of the pack. And we got two of them tangled down between 3 and 4. One of them escapes right away. The other one doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. Checkered flag is out, and Bob Pennington wins your Charger main event here tonight. Followed by the rest of them. Bob Pennington putting more points onto that point lead, holding off Colin Germain across the late going of this one. Likewise, Kirk Hall and Eric Simonson, Wayne Embry, and John Vanhorn. Your top finishers in our NASCAR Charger main event tonight. We'll have us a quick Victory Lane celebration. Linda Matus will join me front and center for that. We'll have Carl Trimmer and Bob Pennington come forth, chat with them briefly. Then we will get the celebrities out here, get them sorted out for you as quickly as possible, and invite you to join us in Victory Lane and later on in the pit field. So don't go anywhere just yet. For you as fast as possible, I promise you that. Linda Manis is here with our trophy gals, and we will await Bob Pennington and Carl Trimmer's arrival to Victory Lane.
Nice job there, Bob. You're running well all year this year.
All right, Bobby. And he's losing his voice already. Let's start off with our Charger main with the Bob Pennington, number 15 machine. Not an easy one tonight, is it, right? Sounds like you're losing voice rapidly.
Well, I've done that I'm not a boy to get the car ready.
Got to be nice to add points to that point standing lead you got.
Well, yeah, it's nice.
You ready for a trophy presentation?
Oh, you betcha.
We've got just the gal to do it, so let's get her done here. Come on down. Give Mr. Pennington his Charger main win tonight. All right, Bob. Get you posed for a nice 8x10 glasses that hang in some of our finer establishments around town.
Which side you want?
Dan Johnson gets it all shot with the checkered flag in the background.
Close enough. There we went.
Congratulations.
congratulations again to Bob Pennington on that number 15 machine. He's car wash on about now. Ivan Russell, congratulations on a nice semi-lane out here tonight. Another good job of running for you.
The trophy's on its way.
It's a little tougher from the back, but we got some racing.
We had some tough races tonight, too. The University of Long Beach must have been tougher than daylight.
Yeah, it was. I was disappointed this one car go out. He was kind of on hand to beat a lot of
Attrition has been a big factor this season, and we get it all in one fell swoop tonight. Congratulations on your semi-win tonight. Thank you. And the presentation and picture time.
Oh, hello, miss. There you go. Come on, here. Thank you very much. Flag up. Okay.
It's all so bad.
No still pictures. Right here. Okay, all right. Okay. Get us another one, of course, in case I have another take. Okay. Thank you very much.
Good. Congratulations, Ivan. Okay, Carl Trimmer. A lot of wind and dirt conditions to interfere with tonight. The presented for comments along the way. How do you feel about taking another win away out here, Ray? It's always so tough to tell when you're real happy, Carl. Are you happy about this one, That's what you come to do, is the job, week after week. Congratulations to you tonight. And presentation time. Oh, nice trophy there, Carl.
Are you going to pose this too?
You did this so well last time in victory lane out here. Somebody yelled from the stands that night, we're going to watch out for the spring. Carl, Ivan, Bob, thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll get our celebrities rolling out here. Find out who's going to walk off with that tall traveling trophy tonight. Will it be John Bradley and Roberta Gale from KRQ, or can Bob Allen and Chuck Clark get the job done from KCEE? We're getting a few laps to warm it up for you, and a 10 lap main event for
Right here, honey. Good board. Well, that's all right. No.
I was not aware. I'm sorry. I was looking for the harness. I guess I didn't show up.
Butch McCluskey, winner of the semi. Weren't able to get the car back out here, huh?
No, I started in the back and got into a little collision there and wasn't able to bring it out.
Well, in place of Carl Trimmer's thoughts about it, what was it like? The wind, the dust, the confusion out here tonight? Tough at times?
Better than before. We've had a lot worse.
Well, congratulations on your fine finish tonight and many more nights ahead, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Butch McCluskey. Okay, celebrities. Roll them out here. Guys back upstairs. As soon as we get confirmation probably from Jack Jacobs on who and what machines are our celebrities tonight. We'll get them their practice lap. Then we'll get them thrown into their whole lane tonight. From KCEE, he's always so anxious. I'm going to presume that is he, since we know it is a KCEE representative. in the number 1 NASCAR Charger. And apparently still waiting on Chuck Clark, Roberta Gale, and John Bradley to get their Charger machines properly processed and out here to run for the glory of it all. So Dave Maness has scrubbed it. We'll regroup them on Friday night, assuming we can get these 4 back together. Our celebrities have certainly had a tough start here in 87. Hopefully it'll finish up a lot better than how it has begun for them. So 3 of our 4 cars set aside tonight for the celebrities have broken down. Our apologies. But the hour is late when Bob McKinley told Alan that there was on Houghton Road. If you want to do a little, that's the